Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. I just wanted to do a quick video here. Now, yesterday we read a letter from one of the disaster relief committees here in the United States, and how they were discontinuing the food box distribution. And I want to thank the person who called me very much. She wants to be known as JW Survivors Original, and I'm going to put the link down below to her website because she is helping abuse survivors. And more coming on that, but thank you, sweetie, for sending me this article, because it goes right along with that letter we read yesterday. And this might possibly be why they're stopping the food distribution. I'm going to put the link down below. This is Express News from San Antonio. And it's talking about these food boxes. And nearly 20% of the 500,000 food boxes distributed by a San Antonio event planner through a federal aid program went to a Rio Grande Valley Church retreat center with no independent verification that the food ultimately reached hungry families. So you can see where this article is going. You know, this reporter did this. Now, I want to mention that I had done a video, it's been like a month or so ago, maybe even a little bit longer, where there was an article where these food box distributors were getting paid to deliver these food boxes to recipients. And I mean, if everybody else is getting paid for this, obviously Watchtower was. And there was even an elder's letter where, you know, it was giving them direction of where to rent these truck rentals, to get these, you know, rent-a-truck type deal, and even refrigerator, you know, trucks. And the thing is the government is paying these distributors to distribute this, gas, storage, even, you know, if they need like a refrigerator and freezer equipment or anything, they're getting paid for this. So, you know, why wouldn't Watchtower get involved in this? And they have a chart here of how, you know, the food didn't actually get to recipients. Now, there's a reason, you know, I'm bringing this up, because yes, it does involve Watchtower, because they are mentioned specifically in here along with these others. Okay, now it's talking about the USDA's $4 billion Farmers to Families Food Box Program, and how it was designed to help farmers and ranchers redirect unsold meat, dairy, and produce to hungry Americans because of the pandemic. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down here to the pertinent part. Now it has a subheading, Food Bank Concerns, and it's talking about how some of these companies, these, you know, distributors, did not really know what they were getting involved with. You know, it was more than what they were expecting. Now, it comes down to the subheading, Church Deliveries. The retreat center mission received more than 60 deliveries between June 18th and June 30th, the last day of Palomino's contract, USDA records show. Olaf Brand Jr., who oversees the center as chairman of the Valley Baptist Missions Education Center, said the food boxes were distributed in an honest and straightforward manner to churches in the Rio Grande Valley. Okay? He declined to name the churches, and he couldn't say how many families received food. Now, going down to the church deliveries here, probably about 6 lines down, they're talking about these churches, you know, and how these food boxes were being all distributed. A spokesman for Jehovah's Witnesses said volunteers delivered the food boxes to families, but he couldn't provide any details such as the dates and locations. So, you know, we're just supposed to believe, you know, take their word for it. Now, I know several were telling me that some of these Kingdom Halls that were distributing food, like in Massachusetts, that the rich JWs didn't want it, and they ended up throwing out some of this food. They wouldn't take it to a woman's shelter like someone, in the congregation recommended. They says, no, we can't do that. And we know some who weren't in, the best of good standing, who maybe were a little bit, inactive. They would get like a box with a few potatoes and onions in it. So, where was all of this good stuff going? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But it's interesting that the spokesmen for Jehovah's Witnesses, they cannot provide any details. Okay, now it goes on. Creads 8, whoever was doing this distributed, delivered the boxes to parking lots and unrelated businesses according to bills of lading provided by USDA. In San Antonio, the deliveries were made at a nondescript building in the 1200 block of North Hackberry on the east side with a for sale sign on it. I wonder if that was a Kingdom Hall. Church volunteers collected the boxes and delivered them to the doorsteps of the recipient, said Robert Hendricks, national spokesman for Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, he's the same guy that was doing their PR video about how they're not going door to door anymore and, finding new ways to do their preaching work and conventions and stuff. Yeah. Hendricks said Jehovah's Witness congregations established the names of those in need and delivered the food anonymously. Well, when you have a contract with the government, you can't go on just your say-so and being anonymous. Asked how the church could be certain families actually received the boxes, Hendricks said, a phone call is made and the individual is alerted that there is something at their doorstep. Either that, or if somebody is home, a quick knock, and then they will get off the step and go back to their car. To my knowledge, we have had nobody take anything off somebody's doorstep. The onexpressnews.com, a failure to deliver food, congressional probe looks into CRE AIDS 8, other companies in food box program. Now, in the video I did, a month or so ago, the hungry were also encouraged to go to churches to receive their boxes. Now, I mentioned that this went against their distribution contract because Jehovah's Witnesses only gave it to Jehovah's Witnesses that were in good standing. And according to the USDA contract, they weren't supposed to do this. They were supposed to distribute to needy ones. Didn't matter what faith they were. But it talks about the problems they have had. So, like I said, I am going to put the link to the article below. And I also want to mention that I had mentioned, probably about a month ago, about our JW friend in Arizona. And she said that there was a new study book coming out. And we said, well, we haven't heard anything else about it, and she doesn't always hear, everything correctly. Well, now I can say that we've had others verify it. There is a new study book coming out, and the Bible Teach book is going to be done away with as far as the study book. So, I don't remember the title of it. So, anyway, so I apologize. I guess she did hear correctly, and I just assumed because I hadn't heard anybody else say anything that she probably didn't hear it correctly. But yeah, they are getting, looks like a new study book. And the thing is, back to this article, is how can you not account? See, right here. The biggest recipients were the Valley Baptist Retreat Center in Mission with 95,802 boxes valued at $3.3 million, and Jehovah's Witnesses Congregation Support, which received a total of 35,715 boxes valued at $1.6 million at several locations in Texas and one in Utah. $1.6 million. and then they say, oh, well, we don't know who all we gave it to, and it was anonymous. They're not going to tell the USDA, which is the United States Department of Agriculture, that they only gave it to Jehovah's Witnesses in good standing. So I would love to see them get hauled before a Senate committee in the USDA on this. So thank you for watching, and thank you so much, everyone, for your comments and emails and love and support. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for the cards and gifts. And we hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Bye.